In many ways, nothing has changed in Italy for centuries. Crops are sown and harvested, olive trees bear fruit and are picked, often using methods that were practiced in ancient Rome. Italy's abundant food cycle repeats itself with such regularity that even the ubiquitous olive tree goes unnoticed, unless you are Fabio Chitti. Fabio not only produces olive oil on his family's farm, but he has such a deep reverence for the way Italians worked the land in the past that he's created a living museum of sorts here in Torre di Azzano, a museum filled with ancient implements of an earlier, simpler time when everything was done a mano, by hand. When I came in here, I noticed this net, and I know that this is used to harvest the olives. And before you tell me about that, I want you to know that my grandmother from Avellino was an olive picker. So I feel like I've come full circle now. You're making me feel very warm and a little bit of emotion. But anyway, what do you call this in Italian, the net?
We call it rete per la raccolta.
All right, rete for the harvest.
Per il tronco, per circondare il tronco dell'albero.
And where is it put? On the ground?
It's put around the trunk, just in contact with the cork of the tree, to maintain all the olives around.
That fall down, the olives that fall.
Them from
and if those olives are bruised, you do not use them for olive oil,
if they're
right?
damaged, not. We separate them.
Okay. Well, it's beautiful to see. And I noticed that you have those little combs there. I noticed those I came in. Those are very old? What do you call those?
Pettini.
Pettini, like a comb?
Yeah, same
okay.
word.
And that's what you use to get the olives off the tree?
I can show you outside.
Oh, can I take one too?
Sure.
Okay. And what else do we need to put it in?
We need one of these bags.
All right.
You should wear with you, and this is where we calm down the olives.
Okay, let's go.
We go.
Okay, so now I am an official olivara. I'm an olive picker. And what do I do?
Take one big branch and get close to with the bag, and start from the upper part and go down gently, combing, and go zigzag without detaching the leaves.
Keep going down without taking the leaves.
Or you can do without this and just directly picking up the different
and put them in your bag.
Leaving them inside.
That's a lot of work, boy. Very tedious work. How long does it take to do a tree?
If you're very good, half an hour or more if you aren't.
I got to get better. But you know what? I want to taste the olive oil now. Should we go?
Go.
Okay. Okay, now Fabio, how do you really taste olive oil?
We have 3 steps. The first important step is the visual taste. I take sample number 4, which is a typical olive oil from Umbria, and I pour a little for you and for me. This is to understand virtues and defects of each oil and compare the peculiarities of each production zone. We first look at the color of the oil, and there are different scales of color going from green to yellow. In this case, we have a dark green color and with yellow reflects on them. That is a note of freshness of the olives. Then we do the smelling experience. We need to warm the oil. We usually use our hand and close with the other one, the glass, and turn a little. As soon as we feel the temperature close to our hand's temperature, we are ready. We smell like dogs smell, with intense and very short smells like this. 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yes.
Then we stop and try to register which sensation we have. In this case, the principal smell.
Mine is peppery.
Peppery.
Is that
grass,
right?
Fresh grass. You smell artichoke or any kind of wild vegetables. This is another good sign of high quality, of freshness.
I'm ready to drink this.
Now when you are ready, we need to pour a little quantity on the surface of our tongue and try to inspire through the tongue to the throat.
Okay.
We do noise.
So like wine, as if you were tasting first at the front of your tongue and then at the back.
We need to lubricate the whole palate and tongue. So
I'm following your direction.
Yeah. This gives you the entire situation of the oil. First, you feel the pungency and how sweet the oil is, and there is any bitterness on the surface of your tongue. On the throat, you feel mostly the pungency and the acidity.
I feel like
of the oil.
it's almost as if it's fiery. See.
Yeah, it's pungent and burning.
Arrabbiato. See.
This is typical of the polyphenols contained in this oil, which are really high compared to other oils in all the European countries. And that is a natural reaction of the plant to the frost climate. So polyphenols give this pungency and bitterness, which is really good also in cooking. So that's a very good oil with a long persistence of taste.
I think that's a problem that a lot of Americans don't understand. They think that a good olive oil like this is only good on a salad. But would you use this in cooking?
Of course.
Of course.
That is
So glad he said that.
A very vital and fresh oil which gives a vitality to any kind of, for example, soup or any roasted vegetable, meat or fish. So that is really good to give more flavor and balance in the food you are cooking. Quality is a matter of many factors. We first start from the climate and the soil of the area where we produce the olive oil. Then the variety of the plant we cultivate is very important and interesting to determine differences. Then how we harvest the plant. We normally harvest, for example, by hand in Umbria, and that to preserve freshness of the fruit. After, how we transport the fresh olive from the plant to the mill place. And then all the different steps of the pressure method. And it's very important how we preserve the olive oil at the end after the pressure, because the temperature, the light, and the oxygen are the worst factors of influence, which can really destroy all the fragrancy and the quality we have built before. So we need to keep an olive oil in a cool place, not to refrigerate, and evitate completely any light influence, so in a dark place, and without any oxygen influence. If we respect all these steps, we will surely obtain a very high quality olive oil.
Can you explain for us what an extravergine is? Because I think that's a lot of confusion for people as well. They're not clear on what that means.
Extra virgin oil is a term of percentage in oleic acid acidity.
So it has to be less than 1%, doesn't it?
Less than 1%, and it's only a matter of a chemical analysis. What we do here is a panel test, so we give a panel point total value to the oil, which is something to give more information to a consumer on the quality and the organoleptic value of the oil. So that is something more to add to an extra virgin oil.
So that's one feature, less than 1% acidity. What else determines extra virgine?
The process of harvesting and pressure. The temperature of pressure should be below 28 degrees centigrade. This to preserve intact aromas of the oil.
The flavor and the aroma, yes. So no heat
and there is
used.
No chemical solvent or anything added. It's only a physical pressure, the extraction of the oil. So that is to be intended as an extra virgin oil. My family and my culture, olive oil is a matter of culture in Umbria. So I was born in olive oil producing, and I think we are very proud of quality because we believe that specific ways of producing are fundamental to give the consumer something different, something more. And so we are trying to teach people to discover these differences by themselves.
Fabio, this has been a great lesson in what goes into producing an extra virgin olive oil. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you and I need to go nella cucina and begin cooking with olio di oliva extravergine dell'Umbria.